Well, hello there. It's been a long time since you've seen me on camera, huh? Oh my goodness. I don't even remember how to operate this camera. That's how long it's been. So anyway, thought I'd give you a little update. I'm gonna do a little get ready with me. Hopefully I don't botch this too bad. And just kind of let you know what's been going on with me lately. Trying to get into voiceover. Been working on that. But, you know, since the beginning of the year, I've really been trying to focus. Focus has been an issue. I don't know. I just can't seem to keep my focus on one thing. It's just like I'm flitting all over the place. Did you all see that Oprah special where she talked about menopause with Halle Berry and Naomi Watts, and she had several doctors on there? It was really good, really informative, really eye-opening, and pretty much, I think, my life in a nutshell. Yeah, that's right. I am blaming everything on menopause. So anyway, let's see what's been going on with me. You know, life has been lifing. Started the new year, and I don't really make New Year's resolutions because I never keep them. I don't keep them. So, gave it up some years ago. I don't bother. But what I did do, I really started focusing on my prayer life, my spiritual life, my Bible study, because that's a very important part of my life. And I just started praying for some things this year. One of them being discernment to just make better decisions. One of them to be more focused on my prayer life, to be more focused on on studying the Word, because it is important to me. Another thing is to focus more on what I want to do. Now, I came on here last year and I told you I wanted to talk more and, fly less. For you that know me from past videos, I have talked to you about, that I'm a flight attendant. And so, I'm out of town anywhere from 3 to 4 days a week. Just depends on what's going on. And I need to focus more on what I want to do outside of that. And it can be done. My issue is time management. I went to a retreat in January, and one of the presenters, it was a women's retreat through the church, and one of the presenters talked about time management, and it was really profound. It really struck me because time management, this is e.l.f. I can't read. I'm not putting my glasses on. I think it's like an olive tone base concealer. She really broke it down. She broke it down to, okay, you have 8 hours that you sleep. Most of us, who are working, who haven't gotten fired by the current administration yet, we have 8 hours that we work. That's 16 hours already. And then you want time in there for prayer and meditation. Time in there to spend with your family. If you have family time to spend with, or friends, leisure time. I mean, oh my God. I just feel like it's not enough hours in the day. So because of that, I have really been focusing on how to better manage my time. So when I go out on a trip, now I'm taking voiceover work with me because I am in the process of training, practicing scripts, working on my demos, things like that. And some of those things, if I can get at least 1 to 2 activities in a day, spend a little bit of time on that, I'm really starting to feel like I'm accomplishing something. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and she also flies, and she is I can't even say it. She's an aspiring writer, and we were talking about Lent. Now, I didn't necessarily give up anything for Lent this year. Usually I do. This year I didn't. But what I did do was that I promised myself I would do something every day to focus on something that I really wanted. So in the mornings when I get up, I say a prayer. I do a little bit of devotional time, meditation. I do a little bit of reading, and then I also try to do something to work on my voiceover. Either, I might watch a YouTube video of someone that I follow that gives you really good advice on next steps. I do attend Zoom meetings and things like that. I've joined several organizations. I'm starting to build a community of people that I can talk to about, different areas of voiceover, different programs to get into, different type of reads. And I'm starting to feel energized and hopeful because it is not an easy occupation to get into. It's not an easy career to get into. It's very competitive, but not in a mean way. But it is, you spend a lot of money. I've spent a lot of money. And I've wondered, if some of it has been a cash grab. And, sometimes you pay for your learning. And I am definitely learning a lot. I never came into this thinking that I was going to be an overnight sensation. I knew it was going to take time. And my thing was, whatever I pay, I've learned something. So in that situation, it has been worth it for me. So I feel like I'm starting to get to the meat of some things, and hopefully I'll have something to report to you soon about, possibly getting my first voiceover gig, paying gig. But what I do want to tell you about is that I am going to start reading, what is that? I'm going to start, there's a organization in Chicago called the Chicago Lighthouse. It used to be called Chicago Lighthouse for the Blind, but I think they just go by Chicago Lighthouse now. And it helps people with disabilities, sight disabilities. And it's a radio station that there are volunteers who read articles from the local newspapers. Let me stop you here. See, look at that. You see that? That glistening? Sweat. Hot flash. I'm sure these lights, the little lights that I have on me isn't helping, but this is my life. I'm going to pause it here. I'll come back. Okay, I think I got myself together. Went ahead and put a little bit more of this eyeshadow on. What is this? This is Empowered by Huda Beauty. Anyway, I just got approved to start reading for the CRIS radio for the Chicago Lighthouse. And I'll start that in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited about it. I'll be reading sports. The producer said that they didn't have a lot of sports readers and they needed them, and I am a sports fan, so I am looking forward to that because I definitely believe in trying to give back. And that's one of the ways I can give back to my community. And, and it helps me. It gets me in front of words. It gets me reading. It gets me practice, which is a good thing for me in my voiceover journey. So I am looking forward to that. So anyway, other than that, what else has been going on? Just, trying to stay focused on what's going on with myself, my family. We are in a very volatile political climate, and yeah, very volatile political climate. As a matter of fact, as I am filming this video, recording this video, the Dow is down like 2,000 points. And this is the worst that it's been since COVID. And I find it ironic that the same person who was in office during COVID is the same person who is in office now with this drop in the stock market. Yeah. A lot going on in this country, a lot going on in the world. And I am just trying to stay focused. I'm trying to drink my water, mind my business, watch some Meghan Markle, maybe get me a piece of La Creuset, I see everybody making that pasta recipe and it looks so good. And I think I am going to give it a shot at some point. Because it doesn't look that hard. I've never thought that I was, the greatest cook, but I'm certainly not the worst. And I won't be cooking it in front of the camera, but definitely am enjoying this rest because we just have to stay prayed up, y'all. We just have to stay prayed up. Hope the lighting is okay on here. Like I said, I haven't operated this camera in so long. I have no clue what I was doing, and what I need to do is I need to get a headshot done. I do have business cards for my voiceover. I have a website, which I will link in the description box below. And again, I'm being very intentional, and I'm trying to stay motivated. And staying motivated is hard. You got to do the work. And I remind myself of that every day. I got to do the work. I can't succeed if I don't do the work. And that brings me to what, I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on in a minute. But I wanted to read this to you guys because I just found it to be so inspirational. And it comes from this book called God Hears Her, 365 Devotions for Women by Women. And it's from Our Daily Bread. And this is what it looks like. I got this a couple of years ago as some stocking stuffer gifts from family members. And I just thought, it was a good gift to give. But today, April 4th, the title is The Last Few Pounds. In the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. And that comes from the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 33. And then she goes on to say, whatever weight loss plan you choose, you're bound to lose pounds, at least for a while. I don't know about that. But most dieters reach a plateau before they reach their goal, and many get discouraged when the thrill leaves before all the weight does. Many give up. Something similar happens in our Christian lives. When we begin our walk with Jesus, we easily shed many of the sins that have weighed us down. Then we discover that little sins like jealousy, resentment, and anger don't drop away as readily as the big ones. Some of us get so discouraged that we lose sight of our commitment to Christ and go back to some of the old ways of living. When Jesus talked about the cost of being his disciple, Luke chapter 14, verses 25 through 35, he wanted those who heard him to realize that believing in him and following him involve more than simply starting something. It also means sticking with it, even if it's hard. So whether we're talking about weight loss or spiritual gain, time management, working on my voiceover career path, what matters most is not how we start, but how we finish. And that was written by Julie. And it really struck me because I had decided to, do this video today, but I thought, man, that was so on time. And it was very uplifting. And so I think what I'm going to start doing is start doing some devotional readings on my channel. Because this is my channel. I started off in natural hair and makeup and beauty and all of that, but my channel can be whatever I want it to be, clearly. And I think I'm going to start doing some devotional readings, and you'll start seeing some things regarding voiceover. I'm going to upload some demos. Those won't be necessarily videos. Well, they'll be videos, just like a picture or something, but then you'll hear the demo in the background, and they'll be quick. 15 to 20 seconds, most of them less than a minute. And I would love to get your input, your feedback. Let me know how, what you think about them. And so I think that's the direction that this channel is going to start taking. Because again, I am trying to be more focused, more discerning, more intentional in the moves that I make in my spiritual life, in my home life, in my voiceover life. So, what else? What else is there? Other than that, that's about all I have. So, I will be back soon. I promise. It's not going to be like last summer where I said, oh, you're going to see me way more this summer and this, that, and the other. No, you are going to see me. I'm going to be a lot more active on here, but with a different focus. So I hope that life is treating you well. Please continue to love on those in your family, your friends, because we have to stay prayed up. We have to stick together. This world is bonkers right now. And I will continue to pray for you out there, send you my love, hugs, kisses, prayers, all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.